and I don't want to hit Tamio. I want him to block because I want to remove this creature for free. Ah, it will hurt you so much. We had it all along. The plan worked. Hello everyone, it's Sloth, and today we are playing Control Selesnya, something that was never done before, at least on this channel. But first of all, I need to share my pain with you guys. I recorded the intro, I was so proud, it was fun, it was exciting, it was perfect, that was the best intro I have ever done in my life, and you got to take my word on it. Basically opposite of what the usual intros are. And it just didn't work out because I had full hard drive and it didn't save. And I have to record it over again. So this intro is the best intro ever. Tribute. Because we will never see the actual perfect one because it was not saved. And with that pain, I will start to reintroduce the deck that you don't know I even introduced before. So with that painful story, I hope you shed a tear, because I surely did. And with that being said, let's go into the deck and actually go for serious on this note. The Selesnya Control, a very interesting deck with a lot of answer, a lot of threats, and what's most important, a lot of lands. And this deck really has a lot of like ramp and land draw, which helps to stabilize the game. So what are we talking about? A little bit of Shigeki, but it's not why it's here, and sometimes you don't even want to play it. Stomper, big staple of ramp decks, because it's also a creature. It pairs perfectly with Reckoner Bankbuster, so of course you can crew it on turn 3 and already block and attack. That's insanely good and very good combination, and of course the ramp is there. And we have 5 mana plays in the form of Wrenn and Seven. So this is what you want to ramp ideally, and it also gives you more lands. So of course first you make the token, but starting from the next turn you will never miss your land drops ever again. And that's something that goes toe to toe with Yasharn, Implacable Earth. Of course you draw 2 cards from your deck. And of course you also have this anti-sacrifice text, and this actually counters a lot of decks. Like this, like when enemy has like Anvil deck or some like, I don't know, Kazul's Fury combo deck, that it's a completely random example, nothing to do with the video. This actually shuts them down quite hard, so they need to answer Yasharn first, and they still need to go with their game plan. So interesting card, and the most fun part about this card is that you will never get mana screwed after you hit 4 mana, and that's something I personally love about the card. When you are just scrambling to get this 4th land because you are already behind, you play this and then you start having lands every single turn until the rest of the game. Oh, such a relief. Amazing cards, that's why I really like this one. And what do we do? Like, okay, Sloth, you have so much mana, you played your lands, what the hell are we doing with it? Oh boy, we have a lot of stuff we can do. First of all, of course, easy, Bankbuster, drawing cards. Not good enough for you? Shigeki and Balaget Recovery, Infinite Value Loop, you know, this small twist of your deck when you use 2 cards and you basically get infinite value forever. That's here as well here. I think especially that this is basically like a land spot, so at the cost of tapping your land for 1 turn, you basically get infinite value for the rest of your deck. That's so insane actually. And we have cards like Starnheim Unleashed, and not even the pain of losing the perfect masterpiece intro. And this intro, remember, is just a tribute. This actually was needed to be crafted. I had 1 of them and I needed 3 because this is actually the big card for the deck. This is the big payout for all this extra mana that you have. And I felt that it would be unjust to present my viewers with incomplete deck without the main card. So I did craft it. Like, man, it rotates in like 5 days or something. It's so bad. Don't craft it, don't do my mistake and feel the pain what I do to make a decent decks. But I hope you enjoy it, and definitely a strong piece in this kind of deck. And don't forget, if you appreciate the sacrifice, don't forget to subscribe. Huh? And we have Legion Angels. We have Wrenn and Seven, of course, but it's probably like you won't get to -8. Realistically, it's so hard. So we probably go with the Titan and a Miracle. A Miracle is in this deck much more practical than in the other ones. First of all, we have a lot of creatures, so we benefit from Indestructible. Second, hitting 7 mana with this deck is a no-brainer. You will hit 7 lands very easily, and at some point you probably will start missing a bit of value, or at least will want 7 mana value instead of like 3 mana value and 4 mana value. You know, the higher the cost, overall the power level should be greater. And with a Miracle, it's very good finisher, and like 2 for 1 at the least, and enemy needs a very good answer to answer it, or he usually falls very behind. And what it also does, if you have creatures on the board, you can be extremely aggressive, especially that Stomper has Vigilance. So add Indestructible on this guy, and suddenly it's 3 mana, you attack for free always, can't die. Seems pretty good and still can block. So definitely gives you a lot of aggression in the form of like spell and creatures at the same time. And what more, you have 4/4 blockers yourself, so you can be aggressive because you still have good defense. Titan, of course, a big glue in the endgame that just fixes whatever went wrong in the game. You don't have enough creatures? Okay, you have creatures. You cannot answer some pesky artifact or enchantment? That's fine, we can answer it as well. And of course, like, you can, gain life if you are on brink of death and you want to stabilize the game. So definitely a lot of ways to abuse this Titan of Industry enter the battlefield effect, and also like you can get it back with both Shigeki and Baraget Recovery. It's interesting because it's not legendary, so you can get 2 of them with 1 Shigeki, for example. If you get like a Miracle and Titans back from your graveyard, the value is infinite. Like you can say as much as you have mana, you can make plays generally if you have like decent draw. So with that being said, we have also a lot of sweepers. We have 1 Depopulate because Yasharn is multicolored, so sometimes you can, be a smart teddy bear and just draw a card out of our own sweeper. So if we have Depopulate and Doomskar and in the board we have Yasharn, of course you want to Depopulate just to get this extra value. Unless enemy has multicolored creatures, then you need to think. And the dread split of Farewell and Devastating Master. For some reason it feels whichever I play, I need the other one. Like today I was playing one of the games with Devastating Master, I needed Farewell in this place so badly, it would actually win us the game. Oh boy, Magic. The pain you give us and the pleasure and happiness. So we are going with split. You can mission mash whatever works for you. 2 Farewells work, 2 Devastating Master definitely works. It's up to you what you need the most. Remember that we have Planewalkers, so generally Farewell is a bit better for us, because in worst situation you and an opponent gets Planewalker. In the best situation only you get to keep the Planewalkers while enemy board is swept. And that's basically the perfect scenario for you because you start with creatures, initiative and things like this. Alright, is that everything I have said in the original intro? I think it is. The only one more thing is probably like Bankbuster with Stomper. I think I mentioned it, so it's okay. Sloth, you're doing a good job, it's just a tribute. So the deck is really sweet. We went like equal wins and losses generally in Mythic, so I think this proves the deck is just pretty competitive, and it all depends on the draws. Like you have answers for everything. And against control decks, of course, you don't play counter spells and like this kind of cards yourself, but we have some spot removal if we really have to remove like Planewalker. We have Fateful Absence, we have Marches for those like pesky Bankbusters and stuff like this. And the most important part is that a lot of our cards are high threats, like Stomper, a big threat, Bankbuster, big threat, Shigeki, definitely a big threat. Even Restoration of Eiganjo, if this creature just is left unchecked, it's a big deal, especially it can crew the Bankbuster even turn before, so you can be very aggressive with this deck. Legion Angel, definitely something needs answer. Yasharn, Wrenn, Titan, a Miracle. Each of our cards basically needs a counter spell or it takes over the game very quickly. So for this reason, even though we aren't control deck, we can compete with them just due to the sheer value of threats that we play in the deck, and we can just, you know, outvalue them sometimes. They need to draw perfect cards over and over and over, and if they miss one of the cards, there's high chance you can kill them in like 2 turns. We also have Cave. Cave and Lair actually makes a big difference in this deck because you have so much mana, and Cave is much better when you can put counters on it. And with Wandering Emperor you can put counters on it. So having a 4 or 5 attack flyer randomly is a big deal. It kills planewalkers, it finishes the opponent. Just don't use it too early so you don't fall behind in mana, like mana wars, because that's basically tapping out for nothing for the future turn. So you need to know when and how to do it. And with that being said, the deck is sweet. I really enjoyed this one. It's probably one of my favorite like Selesnya decks. This and Blink, they are just most fun. And I'm actually surprised it's not played at all. I haven't seen this deck so far. In my ladder experience, and I think it's really fun. Of course, be extremely careful with crafting. Don't craft it unless you are sure what you are doing. But yeah, I think that's it. And of course, what kind of YouTuber I would be if I didn't ask for subscriptions? So, if you like the deck, no, honestly, subscriptions really help. This is basically how the channel grows. So, as long as we have, you know, little subscribers, it's a small channel. When you get bigger, there's more things we can do then, and I'm looking forward to what could we do in future if we grow and if you guys enjoy the content. So really thank you for support. It really helps a lot and I'm really thankful for it. So thank you for anyone who subscribed so far. And don't forget, it's not the perfect intro, it's just a tribute. The original was a masterpiece. This one is just, you know, the usual. Let's go into the games. They were pretty fun, so I think you will enjoy those. Alright, we are going first. I like the Stomper. I don't like that we don't have double green to play it, but with Bankbuster we hopefully fix it. And learning from my mistakes, we do not play the Pathway, because we might change our opinion a bit. And we kinda did. So definitely Bankbuster. Is this... I don't know what we play against. It might be this 5-color deck. But yeah, it seems to be like Sokami of the War or whatever it's called. Alright, so it means that we need to go a bit harder. And I'm not commenting on this wording, so let's go for planes. We need a lot of blue for Devastating Mastery. And of course, we need to start smorking our opponent. Yeah! Yes, it's nice. So proud of this play. Like, now I feel completely justified to be in Mythic after crewing this thing. Yeah, Raccoon? That's how I feel. Oh, yeah, exactly like this. Good quality content as always. So what do we do? I actually want to draw a card. I don't think we win by smorking his face. I think that's bad play overall. So, especially that he kept mana, so there's high chance. Like, I definitely want to milk it for all the value before I crew it again. Like, that was very opportunistic. I would play Stomper anyway, so it was just, you know, a cherry on the cake. But for now, I just want to cast some stuff. Do I want to draw cards? This is safer, because if he responds by killing it somehow, you know what happens. You know the idea. But I think this is just more pressure, and we cannot play that he has answer. We need to force him to have answers, or he just dies. And like, we need a lot of pressure. Okay, that's another land. Like, you know what? We can actually go super hard with the attack this turn, if we care. If we care. So this would be what? 6-9 damage, and next turn we kill him. That's so greedy. I don't think that's the answer. He needs what, 6, right? 4, 5 and 6, so next turn he cannot hit it. Let's draw a card, because this might change something. Like, we can draw a lot of cards. Okay, thank you, deck. Thank you. I definitely wish I just smoked the enemy in the face. Okay, okay, I see how it is. Boseiju. We cannot use it in a smart way. I would love to, but ramping enemy, that just doesn't seem right. Wandering Emperor, sure. We'll have vigilance, so it's not the worst.
I'm not overconfident.
And he cannot kill our Emperor as well. I actually thought he's like holding some kind of memory deluge. I don't know. Okay, maybe not memory deluge, but something, you know? It was a general something. Oh, so cute. Okay, so enemy has 5 mana. 6 mana with the briefcase. But he needs 6 lands and not mana. So we will see how it goes. We'll definitely see. We can get rid of this if we really want. I might actually do it. Alright, so he wants to trade. Okay, pretty sus. Nah, I want to keep up the pressure. I don't want to give him like, you know, 3 attacks, and I think there's a combat trick, maybe. So I just want to make sure it's out of the picture. I'm not sure if we are supposed to kill the War Tree. I think we probably should. Wrenn, a bit late. Now is the turn to do other things, to be fair. How do we do this? Do we just spam the cave and try to go aggressive? I don't think Kami will kill us super fast. He can block the Stomper. I guess pumping the... No. This one goes... Yeah, we can activate both. So 7, 11 damage, he blocks 4. This dies. Honestly, that seems like an interesting plan, but I feel that it might be just too weak, and then we whiff because we used all the mana to basically try to go all in. I just don't super like this idea overall. Yep. Think about it's really hard. I honestly think Boseiju might be the plan. But that's definitely something we do at the end. Okay, so attackers. He definitely wants to block this one, and I think this one. So this over damages a bit, but it means that if he blocks, he doesn't kill the creature, so that's basically the worst block. We could go with the Bankbuster, of course, but then we don't draw cards and we don't do anything, basically. Okay, so he gave up the Emperor, that's really good. Like, we basically got the full board presence right now. Okay. Oh, we won't have enough green. That's a big deal. Okay, let's draw. It might change our play. I think Boseiju is extremely important play. Like, I don't know the deck to be perfectly fair, but I'm pretty darn sure he has something that uses this ability. This is normal land, so if he didn't play the second one, there's high chance he has one in the hand at least. So you know, he gets to tutor the land and we basically lose the card for it, but hopefully we break his plan. I'm pretty sure he wanted to do something. Even like drawing cards with the briefcase is already a big deal. And if he has like Kami, this 5 mana enchantment, like the value will start going through the roof very quickly. And I feel that we might not keep up. And we have full board, enemy has nothing, so that's why I really wanted to get rid of Wandering Emperor, his creatures. He basically had 2 samurais and a planewalker. Look at the board right now. Yeah, he's forced to just trade with our like creatures 1-1, and we even get to draw a card, which is amazing. Like, we need to pressure him, because with the cave we can like basically end with the Lethal much easier than normally, especially with the Emperor. Like, when you ramp the cave into like 5 attack, that's a big deal. Okay, sure. Is that the Bankbuster or what? It's hard choice, honestly. If that's a samurai, we just crew the Bankbuster. and that's not a big problem. Unfortunately, we should probably kill Tamio. Tamio is extremely scary. And Wrenn is probably how we activate the Bankbuster. He has 2 mana, but only 3 cards, like he... Okay. Oh boy, that's super greedy. It means that he cannot actually use it this turn. But he wanted the blocker to protect Tamio in some way. And I cannot blame him for this. Okay, that's a strong draw. Oh my god, that's such a good draw. Okay, this was actually a big draw. So, how do we want to attack? Okay, this is the play. Enemy is tapped out. Man, I'm so happy he actually tapped out completely. And we will bait him. Oh, we will bait him so hard. He doesn't even know about it yet. Okay, we attack. 2 attackers, because the only reason he gave up all this value is to protect the Tamio. And I don't want to hit Tamio. I want him to block because I want to remove this creature for free. Ah, it will hurt you so much. We had it all along. The plan worked. Oh man, like I feel that like 2 turns ago we were even on the board and even in the cards. And with all those small plays, look at what the situation is about right now. And let's go with the Bankbuster counter. And of course this is a extremely important card, because if he sweeps in any way, Bankbuster has high chance of being in the board, and it's generally harder to answer. So those cards already are scary on their own. Sure, we can do it over again. The Graveyard. I guess Emperor? Yeah, it's a bit painful, because then we lose the token, but we have 2 Planewalkers. Emperor? Yeah, Emperor. I hope he runs out of Tamios, because they are always like 3 for 1 basically. Like his board was empty, so it's actually 3 for 1 right now. But we can keep up with this. Somehow. So we can attack both. I don't think he has interaction. So first of all, let's draw some cards. Shall we? Like the lands are actually very important here. He has something. I'm doing it because if he has the instance, he can get rid of Planewalkers before we can activate them. So I usually start with activating Planewalkers because they are sorcery speed basically. And the other cards in my deck are instant speed. It seems that he has something and thinks when to use it. Not sure about this one. It might also be just the clue. No, I think he has something and he was thinking about using it. Legion Angel. That's actually a very good card to get back with Balaget Recovery. Alright, so... we don't need counters yet. Yeah. I think he has removal. I really think he does. However, let's force him to use it. Okay, so he wants to get rid of the cave, right? This is more annoying creature. And he wants to leave Tamio. So if he wants to remove, this is super awkward because he doesn't want to get rid of Samurai. I think that's the play. If we just kill both of them, he basically traded his main card for nothing. This would just delays for 1 more turn, and that's basically everything. If that's the case, we are really happy about it. Oh man, like casting a miracle is a big deal, because we activate Bankbuster, we get additional card. Are we so ahead we can play like this? Nah, it's probably irresponsible. Like we get to basically the same effect next turn, so let's not be greedy, just in case. Okay, he draws a card. And he needs to find a good one. 3 cards is a lot, so there's a high chance he can prolong the game, but I think that we are slowly just grinding him out. And we have a miracle as well. Bruh, our is better. Oh, Depopulate. That's an interesting one. So we can start attacking him. What is in the graveyard? Titan, Legion Angel, a lot of goodies, basically. Alright, I think we lose the Planewalkers, most likely, but then he's forced to not die, and that's pretty good overall. Enemy is tapped out, so we can play a bit more aggressively. We activate with this one, because the other has First Strike. It's not a big difference, but why not, I guess. And let's make some angels, shall we? And I'm doing it in this, like, you know, queue, because then this one is indestructible as well. If I didn't activate it before, it wouldn't be. So he's taking a lot of damage, like 5, and next turn he actually will die unless he sweeps. And you know, that's generally a big deal. And I think we might even sacrifice Wrenn just to get a big tree fork with reach, because then, like, he has whiteboard, he has one vehicle, and he also has one like huge creature that he cannot get around with angels. So I think that's the most like irritating combination of the stuff for him. Yep. He thought a long time about this block, and I guess I cannot blame him. Yeah, it dies anyway, so at least let's make a new creature with this. And that was a big mistake. So if I lose the game because this gets dieted, it's big mistake. I should have cast it before a miracle. So let's see how punished we will be because of it. Like, enemy is playing some sweepers. Maybe, not sure. Okay, it seems like... okay, honestly, I think that we are closing the game slowly. Like, after this Emilia call, into Emilia call, and very good that we didn't play it for a land. Man, the scaling is so weird on this card, somehow. And he actually does the perfect only one effect that works. I think we still win the game, but definitely harder than I hoped it to be. And you know what? I would say that the highest value is with Legion Angels right now, because we basically draw 4 cards in one, and this is how we rebuild the board very, very quickly. So he just swept the board, and he's in pure top deck mode, so like he has no further strategy. That was his main play, and after his main play he's already dead in like 1 or 2 turns. It seems that he's not happy with the results, but I really think he got all the tools, like with Tamios. Yeah, yeah, he was definitely not happy about it in the end. I think he needed to maximize more value with Tamios. The fact that they just traded for 1 turn basically, and he was like on board that with all the Planewalkers most of the time. You just need to make sure they leave. Starting with Shigeki, Bankbuster and Stomper, so you have to sit. Do we go with a miracle? How positive we are? This positive. Enter stat. We have a lot of a miracle, so I think we can spare one, especially on turn 1, you know. Alright, so I think this is the Bankbuster. They don't have Prismari activated yet, like they need 3 mana, so we will draw at least some card. But yeah, definitely it hurts. I wonder how we play. I actually think we will draw card, just because of the Prismari. He also needs to do it main phase, so then we have open board. Oh, you can just have an artifact hate for no reason, but this is exactly why we did it. To at least get some cards out of this. Man, nobody plays a Braid except you. Like, it's a very decent card, but just nobody really plays it. At least not in my experience. Of course, it's like okay. No, like okay. Let's get real. It's a good card. It's a good card. I'm just mad I lost artifact. That's the ugly truth. Oh wow. Please teach me, master, how to draw cards. Oh boy, so we need to go for heavy Shigeki play, because so far we are getting outvalued. Starnheim Unleashed is actually pretty good. And you know what? If we are going crazy, we are going crazy. Starnheim Unleashed needs to be something that we used to win the game. I think they should burn down the house, right? They need some kind of sweeper. Bro, just play your windfall. See, he also had this one. Okay, interesting. So he really wanted this treasure. It's a bit scary. So is it gold spam? If they play treasure deck with counter spells and a lot of 2-mana spells, it's gold spam, right? Juwari. You evil mastermind. Maybe we just kill treasure and ramp him. Seems like a great idea. What could go wrong? Of course you cannot play double Eiganjo, so that's something to remember. I could cast Starnheim Unleashed, but I don't really want to play into his hand, you know? I might even Shigeki. Yeah, Bankbuster is a big deal. Yeah, so I will cast Shigeki at the end step just to draw a Bankbuster and something else. Bro, just play the end step thing. Is he still ramping? Oh my god. Okay. So, yeah, I am speechless. But with this kind of hand, okay, that makes more sense now. So let's see what he does. Like, we can march the dragon, or march the hole. And that's probably something we'll have to do very quickly. Alright, so let's go for 2. 1, 2. Let's draw those cards. We still have the combo theoretically, so Shigeki is not gone permanently. At some point we might get it back. Oh, now we draw it. Of course we do. Alright, so let's go with the Bankbuster, I think. If he wants to activate the hole, I can take one hit, it's not the biggest deal. What about the second one? How many Prismari do you play? Alright, this is getting tense. So we are extremely ahead in cards right now, as long as we don't die. So, right now, let's see if we die. Like, he can swing with the hole, but he can do it once. And then we will see how it goes. Okay. That's an attack. That's 2 damage, sure. And I guess when you activate one of the Bankbusters, he targets the second one. But as long as we keep getting value out of those, I'm really happy. Land. Love to see it. I think it's Stomper. Stomper is good. It helps with the blocking, so it's not as easy to attack us anymore. Especially that we have crewing. We have enough green and we have enough white. So let's go for white. Like, we generally have more white intensive cards. Like, the fact that in response to his removal we can crew is a big deal. So if he kills this one, we just can follow up with another Bankbuster. Titan. Sure. Okay, let's see how it goes. And what he targets. I think he will kill one of the Bankbusters. I would expect him to. Yep. But this means no shield, and that's... Oh my god, he also made a mistake. I think. Yeah, because he basically targeted one that has less cards. So in my opinion, that's a bad call. He should have targeted this one, because we lose 2 cards, and here we lose 1 card. And especially with Doomskar, like, we will clear the board, and he went greedy. He went for the creature instead of making sure that the Titan lives. So I think this is the turn when we start winning. I really liked our situation. With the Bankbusters were all the difference, basically. He might have something to kill it even. Like, he has 2 mana. That's something we need to consider, definitely. Okay, that's good. We can play this land just for 1-time mana. I don't think we attack. I think we start like this. Because I'm not perfectly sure if Doomskar goes through. Like, this was very suspicious pause when he was thinking about stuff. So I think make disappear might be a thing. Alright. Do we exile it? Oh my. Like, this is a big investment. We can pay, what, 4? So we need to exile 2 white cards. And you know what? I really think it's worth it. And if the last card is Fading Hope, how bad is it? It's probably super bad. But we will still do it. Okay, maybe that's a bit overdoing. Bro, please don't have another Fading Hope. I will actually cry if you have. No priority, please. Oh my god, he has another one. No, no. Okay. That was a stop. He has 1 mana play somewhere. Or maybe just this holds priority, because it gives mana. Okay, so we cleared the board. It's still not over, but it's close to over. How much mana do we have for Starnheim? 3, 7, 8. If we draw a land, we get an additional Angel if we keep Eiganjo, and also that's a removal, so I think we wait. It's tempting to get 1 more card draw. Yeah, but that was enough. Oh my god, this March, the White March, like, was worth so many cards just to get rid of this Titan. I think he just didn't have enough threats in the hand. Alright, so this is one of those games. Can I get to 4 mana and then everything will be okay? I'm a bit scared, to be honest. Like, our removal is not great, it's mana based, and we might get super mana screwed. We also don't have ramp. Do we actually mulligan this one? I'm greedy. I'm a greedy person. If we draw just 2 lands, this hand is amazing. Or at least very decent. And very decent is something I can get behind. Dragons, raccoons, craziness. Okay, that's a land. That's a land. Alright, so we have double green, so now we go into white. We need 3 green for the Titan. And I completely did not forget that we can foretell it. Definitely. I don't know how to react to it. I honestly don't. Do we really make an Angel? You know what? Freak it. I will actually make an Angel because he's tapped out. And this might be our main play for next 5 turns. I want to pressure him because we might not hit the land and then we do absolutely nothing. And next turn he can start Juaring. That was a word. No, don't fading hope. Don't you freaking dare. No. No. I refuse to believe this is fading hope, even though it probably is. Let's mark. Oh, thank you. Okay, good. We don't really like Shigeki on the field because it's high value target, but we definitely will. Like, we need lands. We desperately need to hit lands, and as you can see, this really seems like a good decision. Like, it's basically a 3 mana for 4 vigilance flying, so pretty good card. And that was the only play we ever had in this turn. And we are against the combo, right? I honestly don't know what is the combo. I don't see green, but they probably just use the red invoke or something like this. Do we attack? Yeah. Enemy is tapped out. You know, Shigeki just hits hard. This 1 damage can be all the difference. And with this one we get to play a thing. I'm not sure, like, I'm all for emotes, I'm emoting a lot. I don't want to be unnice, so I will just do this one, but in my heart I feel this one. I think maybe that we are both struggling to hit our lands and we are just in desperation mode, basically. We don't really have anything we want to get from the graveyard. We could run, but we can as well play the card, and it's probably a bit easier. We are just attacking you. 5 damage. Easy. I told you, this Angel is the main play we have done this game. Sure. That's scary. It might mean that we die next turn. Alright. How does... Okay, I have an idea. Yashar means that he cannot sacrifice. Seems pretty good against his deck, I would guess. Let's go for, I don't know, green this time. Can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate abilities. Sacrifice this artifact. Okay. Burn down the house. Okay, so he was forced to use his win condition just to survive. That's really good. And we get to refill the board basically for the next turn. It's still good for his, like from his perspective. He is forced to do it. But now he needs to assemble combo again basically. So hopefully that will be enough. Yeah, this one is the play. And this is the play you will probably not see for a long time. And I really think it's worth it. Enemy just swept the board just to get rid of Yasharn, so he can use those treasures. It definitely cuts a little bit of his potential, and we can still exile 2 white cards, so we can march for 4. It's not gold spam, but if he casts gold spam, it means that he doesn't kill us. So I just want to cut this mana because it might be his last turn, depending on the draw. Big score. Sure, you love to see it. So now he only has 5 mana. It's enough to cast Invoke, and he has perfect mana. 1 blue, 4 red. So if he hit the combo, he can do it, right? Oh, and he did not. He did not. And honestly, casting another March might be a good idea. And I think I will actually do it. Okay, I think we are going into 3 mana. Okay, 3 mana means that he will cast 2 mana spell anyway. So we might probably want to go with the Emperor. If that was... Oh my god, yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to... like... How do you say it? Avoid. Oh boy, he might have another turn. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we do it again. Actually, even more than again. I thought, for some reason, I thought we have 8 mana already. Well, enemy has way more time than I want to give him. But he needed to burn a lot of cards to do it. I'm not sure if those are the game-winning cards or game-losing cards. Like, if this is just interaction... Okay, and he got rid of this. That's not great. Because this basically buys him time, so it means that the other cards are more important. Oh my god, stop with the fading hopes. They are card negative. At least we can play double angel every turn, so it will make a bit easier. I needed you last turn. I really needed you. Back then. Now we are just a dino that nobody wants. Nobody wants you, okay? I'm joking, I want you next game, on turn 3. Alright, so we just refill with the angels, and enemy needs to... Does he has anything? Everything? It seems like 2 mana. Does he has the fury that he needs to kill us? Oh man, that was really good draw. Yeah, even against Yasharn. Good game, good game. Oh, that was so close.